Hi, Dave Jones here again. We're going to look at some technical development today. Technique is a thing that all guitarists need, whether you want to play at a million miles an hour or whether you just want to play normally, really. But it's a thing that develops hand coordination, and it helps your chord playing and everything, really. So what we're going to look at today is a basic A minor pentatonic scale, which starts at the 5th fret, first finger, 8th fret, little finger, down string, 7th fret, and then, 5th fret, 7th fret, 5th fret, 7th fret. Now I'm just using the top half of the minor pentatonic scale. You can find this on the website, davejonesguitar.co.uk. The reason I'm using just the top half is because I've done it in a PDF that you can download to follow the lesson, and I wanted to keep it on one page just to save you printing ink. But once you can do it in the top half of the scale, then feel free to carry it on to the rest of the scale. So what we're going to look at here is picking speed development with your picking hand, because from my own experience it's better to work on one hand at a time, so you learn the scale very, very slowly. You don't want to be working on both hands at the same time. You know, really concentrating on both hands at the same time, doing an exercise that uses you're concentrating on this hand and that hand at the same time. So you need to know the scale properly first. One of the important things about picking is to alternate pick. So you go down, up, down, up, down, up. And that's noted on the PDF. The little sort of square hat thing is a standard way of notating a downstroke, and the little V is a standard way of notating the upstroke. So that's the first thing to do, is get this. Because what happens is, if you work on don't work on your hands properly, what happens is you develop two very, very fast hands, but they're not coordinated with each other. The best way to practice any technique is with a thing called a metronome. It's a little device like this. I've got one here. There's various types. You press it and it clicks the beats. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you haven't got one of these, there are many. I've done a Google search. There are many sites that you can get a metronome on free. So just do a Google search and get yourself a little metronome to practice along with. So what we're going to do today is just practice this down-up picking and developing the technique with the picking hand. So I've got the metronome on. I've currently got it it's just on at that, so we'll try it. It's not too fast. We'll try it 80 clicks a minute. So 1, 2, 3, 4. When you can do that and you don't feel any problems doing that, you have to be really self-critical with technical. I'll just turn it off for a minute. Shut up. You have to be really self-critical with technical development and really listen, because if you practice a mistake, you'll learn it, and then you'll have to unlearn it. So you want all the notes clear and even. So you've got it at 80 clicks a minute at the moment, and you're. Now what we're going to do, keeping it the same clicks, this hand's going to be moving the same speed. My left hand, you might be right-handed, left hand, whatever, it doesn't matter. But the picking hand is now going to be doing what's called quavers. So I'm going to be picking twice on each note. So that's down, up on each note. And then the next development, that is what's called triplets. Sounds like rock and roll or apple pie, dug, that sort of beat. Just turn this off a minute. So it's dug. And now we're going to go down, up, down. Next note, up, down, up. Next string, down, up, 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 down. Okay, so metronome back on, still at 80 clicks a minute, but now you've trebled the speed of this hand from when you first started. Okay, and then the next move is moving it up to what's called semi-quavers, and that sounds like caterpillar. So So on each click now, you're going to go down, up, down. Sorry, down, up, 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 down. Okay, so here we go. Back to the clicks again. I did a triplet on the last one, so here we go. Okay, so you get the idea. So I've only shown you, one is when you sit through hours of video, I've only shown you the top half of the minor pentatonic scale, but when you've practiced that, you practice it through the whole 2 octave, and any other scales, you know, you can do the major scale, any scale that you want to do, it develops this hand, and it really, really will help. But you really need to be, before knocking the metronome up to the next click, I wouldn't go up 1 click if you're doing it on 80, maybe to put it up 3 or 4 clicks each time. But do make sure, it's really important that you make sure that your picking and fretting hands are in total coordination with each other. Everything's clear and even, and there are no bad sort of muted buzzy notes. It's very important that you really listen to what you're playing, and if you do that and you practice it every day, you'll find that you'll get faster and faster with this picking hand, and it'll help you strumming. Groove in strumming is very important, because you should get the same feeling when you're strumming really as when you're picking. It should come from just the wrist and not the elbow and the arm. So it'll help loads and loads and loads of different techniques. You'll start putting it in solos. It'll help you with your improvisation and everything. So it's really important to work on what you don't have to do. And like I said, minor pentatonic scale, you can do it in any scale you want to. But it's very important that you don't knock the metronome up until you can do it at least 5 or 6 times without making any mistakes and losing clarity. And it really, really will improve your picking hand development. So see you again. Thanks very much.